So Krishna is Suhrt. Su means very good, very nice. And Hrit means heart. So he's very good-hearted. This word, although it means good-hearted, practically means a very good friend. Very good friend. He is described as such in name 461 in Vishnu Sahasranama. And in Bhagavad Gita, he explains the importance of understanding that he is the very best well-wishing friend of every living being. Bhuktaram yagyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mang shantim richati. He states that one who knows that he, Krishna, is the enjoyer of all sacrifices and austerities. The Lord and Master of all planets, and Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, the best well-wisher of all living beings. Such a person can attain peace. Elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna also refers to himself as Suhrt, Gatir Bhatar Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrt. He is the goal, the master, the Lord, the witness, Sakshi, Gatir Bhatar Prabhu Sakshi, Nivasa, the ultimate resting place of everything, the shelter, and the very best friend. So this name in Vishnu Sahasranama, it comes just after the name Sukhada, which means the giver of happiness. So our best friend is one who wants to make us happy. Generally everyone is thinking how to make myself happy.
Can you come again? Not.
Generally everyone thinks how I can make myself happy, but one who is concerned with making someone else happy is that person's best friend. Now a servant may try to make the master happy. It's too loud, this volume should be turned up. The servant tries to make the master happy. But the servant cannot be called the Suhrt, because the idea of Suhrt means one who wants to make others happy and has the ability to do so. In other words, he is in a superior or at least equal position. Several times in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Krishna's cowherd or his friends, they're referred to as Suhrt, which gives the idea also of a heart-to-heart friend. So Suhrt, this name is not only for Krishna. In Gita, Krishna also refers to Suhrin Mitra Dyudasena Madhyastha Vairi Bandhushu, different kinds of people. Sadhushvapita Papeshu. So he refers to different, in this verse Krishna refers to different kinds of people. The very well-wishing friend, the Mitra, who's a well-wisher, Udasin, someone who is not involved with you, doesn't really care. Madhyastha, a mediator, I think we would call that in the modern world. The enemy, the friend, the saintly person, the sinful person. So these are all different kinds of people. So the word Suhrt doesn't only apply to Krishna, but he is, as Akrura addresses him we'll find in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Suhrittama. He is the best of all best well-wishers. He is the very best of good friends. So it's natural that people try to have friends. Of course, some sadhus, they just leave the world and go alone without anyone because they think that all friendship is maya. Yes, Sneha Bandham. This, even Kunti Devi, she prays, Sneha Bandham Imam, what is that? Sneha Bandham Imam Pashi, Dira Pandashu, Vishnu. She sees her family relationships as the bondage of affection. So that's a fact, that the affection in this material world binds us to it. Binds us to birth, death, old age and disease. So we may think that my wife is my best friend, or the wife thinks that my husband is my best friend. The child thinks that my parents are my best friend. And a very strong feeling is evoked. That's why we see people sometimes for love, they will commit suicide even. There's a very strong feeling that we have a very strong feeling for someone else. Heart-to-heart feeling. But that heart-to-heart feeling is, that's described by Rishabdev as Hridaya Granthi. It's a knot on the heart that ties us to this material world. So we should know who our real Suhrt, our real good friend is. Suhrt is one who wishes well for us and who is actually able to help us in the best possible way. A man and a woman may unite as husband and wife, and they help each other, but they can't help each other in the best possible way. The idea that we shall make a house, we shall live comfortably, they're not actually helping each other. They're binding each other in material life. Now, I explained earlier this name, at midday in Bhimavaram, I was speaking on this name, Sukhada.
Sukhada.
Yeah. So Krishna, he is so kind that he wishes happiness even for those who don't like him. He is Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. He's the best well-wisher of all living beings. Now he says in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashayata dushkritam. I come to this world to uplift the saintly and to destroy the rascals. So how is he the Suhrit, or the best friend of the rascals? He is their best friend because by killing them, he awards them liberation. He clears all the sinful reactions. Krishna says, Sarvadhaman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo moksha yishami masuchaha. If one fully takes shelter in me, I deliver him from all sinful reactions. But there are some who will never, they don't want to surrender to Krishna. Namam dushkrishino mudha, the rascals. So Krishna, he also delivers them from sinful reactions by killing them. But they don't get exactly the same result. They don't get love of Krishna. But they get freed from the sinful reactions. So in this way, Krishna is always thinking how to help everyone, but especially his devotees. Yayata mang prapadyante tangs tathaiva bhajami aham. As everyone approaches Krishna, so they interact with, so Krishna reciprocates with them. Now elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Samohang sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha. He says, I'm equal to everyone, to all living beings. He says, I don't hate anyone, and no one is my particular favorite. I don't particularly love anyone. So this might seem contradictory to his statement that he is Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, the best well-wisher of all living beings. But the point here is that as Paramatma, he is neutral.
Paramatma, atanu ela untadante
neutral. Tatastha Udasin, something like that. Nirapeksha. Neutral here, nirapeksha is the best word. Just like we see In the Western world, they have this idea of the goddess of justice with the blinded eyes. Means they don't look to see but they judge according to merit or demerit. Upadrashtanumanta cha. Krishna sees everything. He allows, okay, you deserve this, He's neutral in that sense. But ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maiteteshu chapyaham. The one who worships me in devotion, Krishna says, I take special notice of him. So Krishna, if anyone approaches him in devotion, Krishna reciprocates and takes special care of him. But he's even kind even to his enemies. We see that after Rama killed Ravana, he arranged for Ravana's Antyeshti, his funeral rites. Even though Ravana had been such a wicked enemy to Lord Rama. Of course, just by being killed by Rama, that was a great benefit for him, but Rama takes the form of the Loka Shikshak. His Leela is supposed to show us how to behave in the most ideal way. So Rama, he teaches us proper behavior, but not only proper behavior. He shows us that dharma, it's not just a matter of following different rules. The most important thing in Ram Leela is not exactly all the rules that we have to follow, but the spirit of devotion that Lord Rama naturally evokes in the devotees. Lord Rama, he made a pact or a contract with Sugriva. So it was a political alliance. Just like you see nowadays among the political parties. I'm not sure exactly because I'm not following the local politics very much, but presumably sometimes the TDP links up with Congress and sometimes they become delinked from them. Is it? I presume it's like that. So they do so out of political expediency, but there's no love between them. Even within their own party, there's no love. What to speak of some other party. So Rama, he made a pact with Sugriva, but the very nature of Rama is that Sugriva and all the other monkeys, they weren't doing it just out of a sense of obligation, but their natural love for Lord Rama made them feel that they didn't want to do anything else but serve him. And this was particularly true of Hanuman. Actually, if the king rules according to dharma, then the citizens will naturally love him. There used to be a time in India, not so long ago, where people expected the politicians, the leaders, they looked up to them like fathers and they thought they had very high opinion of them. But that's gone now. No one loves there was an idea to love the Prime Minister, but now no one loves anyone. Because they know the politicians have no love for them. The business of the politicians is prajaste bhakshayashantim lecha rajanya rupina. In Bhagavatam that's predicted that in Kali Yuga, the mlechas or the lowest class people will take the role of leaders of society and simply devour the citizens. So when the citizens feel they're being exploited by the leaders, then they also want to exploit others. And it becomes... Yeah. Please, if you like to take photographs, please do it later, not now. Please keep your ear and mind alert. So Lord Ram, he ruled exactly according to justice or dharma or nyaya. But it was actually with great love for his citizens. It was actually with great love for the citizens. So that all of them felt they could do anything just to please him. That is bhakti. When someone is prepared to do anything to please the Supreme Lord. We see that Hanuman, he went through so much trouble, so much difficulty, simply to please Lord Rama. And Rama felt that you have done so much, I can't do the same for you, but all I can do is embrace you. So that is Suhrt, heart to heart. Embrace means you put the heart next, you touch the heart to the heart. So if one wants to be a devotee, then he should be prepared to sacrifice everything, go through so many troubles, not demanding anything from Krishna. Not that I'm doing this, now you give me that. That's business. But one should be prepared to go through all difficulties, all sacrifices throughout the whole of life, or maybe even life after life. Why? Well, we have the next name comes up in Vishnu Sahasranama, Manohara, because Krishna completely steals the mind of the devotee. So he has nothing else in his mind but to serve Krishna. And the devotee will take so many sacrifices, so many difficulties. Just if the Lord will give him even not an embrace, just he'll give him a glance. Yes, that is my servant. Glance of recognition. Yes, there's my very good servant. That is satisfaction for the devotee. The devotee doesn't demand that I did so much service, now you have to have a special ceremony to show what a great devotee I am. He'll be very happy to do very humble service throughout his life, knowing that Krishna will be pleased. If I'm sincerely serving Krishna, Krishna will be pleased. With the great faith that Krishna is my best friend, that if I simply serve Krishna to the best of my ability, then surely Krishna as my best friend, he will do whatever is required for my benefit. I don't have to think of my own benefit separately. And the devotee, he even stops thinking, what is my benefit? He simply thinks, let me serve, and whatever Krishna wants to do, that is up to him. Maro bi rakho bi joicha toha. The Bhakti Thakur, he sings it. You kill me, you protect me, it's up to you. That Krishna, because he is who he is, such a personality, that he evokes such feelings in his devotees. Generally people think of God, he's very great, powerful, mighty, but he's much more than being great, powerful and mighty. It's his personality, his lovingness, that is the real attraction of Krishna. Krishna is all attractive. Krishna means all attractive. So his power is one kind of attraction. His beauty is attractive. His pure love is most attractive. Most attractive. Most attractive. Because, because I mean, he's really concerned with us. He wants to have a heart-to-heart relationship with us. We're so foolish that we don't want it or we try to avoid it. We are not fit to serve Krishna. But Krishna wants our love. Can we imagine we're so small, Krishna is so great, we're so sinful and Krishna is so pure, but Krishna is so kind to us that He wants to purify us so that we can become fit to serve Him and love Him. I'll read from Srila Prabhupada speaking in 1968 about Krishna being our very best friend. Srila Prabhupada said, Krishna is always our friend, natural friend. So I'll comment on that. We may have friends, again, out of expediency. We generally find if someone has money, then he has friends. And when he loses the money, he loses the friends. But Krishna is not our friend because he wants our money, although sometimes people try to become his friend so that they can get money from Krishna. Krishna is a natural friend, just like sometimes we meet someone and immediately there's some natural awakening of good feelings. Just like tomorrow we're planning to go to Kovur. It's described that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Rai Ramananda there, and when they met, immediately there was, although they hadn't met in that lifetime, immediately there was great bondage of love and feeling. The same thing when Ram and Hanuman met. Same thing when Ram and Hanuman met. Same thing when Krishna and Arjuna met. Natural friendship. But Srila Prabhupada says that natural friend, Krishna is our natural friend, actually that's there for everyone. Srila Prabhupada said, that is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Suhridam sarva bhutanam. Suhridam means Suhrt. So there are different kinds of friends. In Sanskrit, for different kinds of friends, there are different names. One friend is called Bandhu, one is called Mitra, and one friend is called Suhrt. In English there is only one word, friend. But in Sanskrit, because it is a perfect language, friend, what kind of friend? Krishna says, I am Suhridam sarva bhutanam. Suhrit means he's such a friend, and then Prabhupada gives an example. Just like you have got a friend, sincerely he wants how you shall be happy. So Suhrit, Srila Prabhupada defines one who sincerely wants how you shall be happy. And Prabhupada gives some examples, just like your mother. The mother is also a friend in that sense. Or wife, a devoted wife, she is also a friend. They all come under the description of Suhrit. So mother, wife, or any such relative, or father. No, mother, wife, or any such relative or father. Mother, wife, or any such relative. Relative means Swajan?
Bandhu.
Bandhu in Telugu. That doesn't fit because here we have to say the word Bandhu distinguished from Suhrit. So Kutumba, Swajan, Kutumba, or father. Or there are many persons in our ordinary relationships who actually want that my friend will be happy. So that, Prabhupada said, is a real friend, Suhrit. And Mitra, social friendship. Bandhu, official friendship. What's that? Official friendship, yeah. Not very deep. This is in Sanskrit. In modern Indian languages, the usage may be different. Oh, we see Krishna's name is also Jagat Bandhu. But Suhrit means one who actually desires the good of his friend. Sincere friend. So Krishna is Suhrit. He's always expecting my good. How I shall be good. How he's always he wants that I shall be good. Or he wants good for me. Mera kalyan, jisse mera kalyan hoga. Therefore he is canvassing me, please you surrender unto me. Just like the father says, my dear boy, why are you acting independently? Foolishly you are suffering. Just surrender unto me. I shall give you protection. Similarly, Krishna is a friend like that. He's always asking. He is going with me in any type of body. He is going with me in any type of body. Even if I get the body of a dog, Krishna is always there with me. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita. Ishvara sarva bhutanang hrideshe arjuna tishtati. Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, is staying within the heart of every living entity. So every living entity means he's staying even with the cats, dogs, hogs, or any lower type of animal. He has no hesitation because he is not living with him. He's living in Vaikuntha. But he's so friendly that wherever this friend is going, he's also going there. As Paramatma, he is doing friendly activities. He's sending his bona fide servant as spiritual master. He's coming as incarnation. He's coming as devotee, Lord Chaitanya. He's helping in so many ways. But we are so foolish we are not accepting him. Nobody can be a better friend than Krishna. But we are so unfortunate, so much captivated by the external energy, that we don't accept Krishna as a friend. We accept so many other things as friends. So Krishna is so kind. Even if we forget him to the extent that we take the body of a hog or a dog, Krishna, he doesn't forget us. So we should know very well who our real friend is. That is Krishna. Due to Maya, we presume that others are our friends. Now Facebook has redefined the word friend. Facebook means friend is someone you don't actually know them. You may have never seen them in your life. And they have some false name. What kind of friend is it he doesn't even let you know who he actually is? Because of Facebook friends, in the modern age, people don't have real friends. They only like to speak with people by phone, but they don't like to speak to people personally. Their best friend is their phone. Such a bizarre civilization. Vichitramana. Sabhyata. So, we have in the story of Valmiki, who understood, how he came to understand the nature of friendship in this world. He was a great robber. He thought, that's how I maintain my family. So Narad came to him and said, it's very sinful, all these robbing and killing and stealing. He said, what to do? I have to support my family. It's our family tradition. My father taught me this. It's the only thing I know to do. But Narad said, still it's sinful. You're doing all these sinful activities for the sake of your family members. You'll have to suffer. And Narad told him, then you ask your wife, your children, that they're sharing with you the money that you're stealing. Will they share the sinful reactions? So he went and asked that, I learned that I'm going to get sinful reactions from all this stealing. You're sharing the money, will you share the sinful reaction? He said, no. The wife said, my job is to look after the home, your job is to bring the money. So you do your job, I'll do my job, but I'm not going to take the reactions. I don't care how you bring the money, but I'm not going to take the reactions. So in this way, Narad, a very expert preacher, showed that the love of this world is not real love at all. Real love is for Krishna, or in this case for Rama, who's the same as Krishna. So Krishna has such a pure heart that he only desires the welfare of others. In modern age, people's heart is so much lacking in any goodness that they don't have any real friends. They can't have friends. There are many people in the modern age, they don't have any friends at all. In some cities in the Western world, most people live in a small apartment on their own, or they may have a cat or a budgerigar or something. They prefer to live alone. They prefer to live alone. They may bring in, a man may bring in a woman sometimes, pick her off the street and have sex, or the woman may bring in a man, but they don't keep any relationship. Just they have sex like animals and go away. And food they don't cook. They just take from some cafe like this. I know because once I was visiting Helsinki, which is the capital of Finland. Helsinki. Sinking into hell. So the actual place they were renting as the temple, they had no residence facility. So they put me in the apartment of the temple president. It's a very small apartment, and I thought, how is it that in such a wealthy country people live in, how can a family live in such small apartments? I said, family? family. The whole huge building is just apartment, one room apartment. One room, and then there's a tiny little toilet on one side, toilet and shower, and on the other side, a tiny little, not exactly a kitchen, but just for making coffee or something like that. And that's how people live. No love. Not even mundane love. And this is the way India's going, following the Western modernization, urbanization, dehumanization. So in Krishna, this Krishna conscious movement is to give love of Krishna heart to heart. We're building so many temples, so many programs, so many festivals, but the real essence is this heart to heart feelings. Krishna wants to love us heart to heart, but we have to be prepared to give our heart to Krishna. And Krishna we access, he makes himself available via his devotees. So we have to be loving the devotees, serving the devotees. Hare Krishna. I won't speak more now, we should all rise early in the morning for Mangal Arati. Hare Krishna. Does anyone have any question? Yeah. Krishna and Arjuna refer to each other as Sakha. Bhaktosi me Sakha cheti. Krishna says to Arjuna, you are my devotee and my friend. Sakheti matva. So Arjuna says to Krishna, thinking of you as my friend.
Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Arjuna.
It's another name. A male friend. So, Hare Krishna, we'll finish there. I'd like to announce the books.
Chaitanya
Where are they?
Mahaprabhu.
We can show. We show some samples of the books. Yeah, you can describe. Just here, on the other side of the river is the place of course Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here also on the way to Kovur. He had to come this way. So this is also Gaura Padankita Sthana. So I made one book about Chaitanya. You can describe one book about Chaitanya.